much longer do you wanna play?
It's kind of
Or is
up
it
to
getting a little
your
late?
energy levels. I'd probably go another half hour to hour tops. After that, I'm
Hmm.
just gonna be completely
Okay.
pooped. Like, there's no way. With my long COVID, I'm already pushing myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get some
'Cause
progress. I know, hopefully every
mhm.
weekend, but I'm guessing there'll be many weekends you can't do it. So, if it's gonna ever get done before either the viewers lose interest or uh they do like a new update or something, or it
Yeah.
just personally becomes, too frustrating. Yeah. Like the third-player game, I don't know if we're ever gonna get a day with both you and Nick can do that. So,
Okay.
uh,
Oh, Japan.
that's them going communist.
Yeah. Oh,
The communists start with a tiny amount of territory and about a portion of the army, but all they have to do is take Tokyo and they win the war instantly. So,
really?
yeah,
It's still
it's
super. Even the communist side is still super fascist.
yeah, and they mishandle that, and they never actually get to be less super fascist. It's kind of annoying, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't do
Um,
raids.
they don't do raids. They don't hire their advisor. Nothing. It's incredibly frustrating. Um,
Wow.
they should be doing stuff like that, but they don't. Um, it makes them effectively useless when they go communist. Like a player can handle them, but the devs never bothered to fix this, and so I just did it. I didn't want to have to fight the Japanese, but
I
don't
got.
expect any real help from in a war. The best you can hope for is volunteers.
I got a trait point for my MIO
Oh, infantry or
inventory. Yeah.
yeah, grab something. I personally recommend reinforced stocks because it leads to semi-automatic rifles and medium machine gun production. Excuse me, but if there's anything that's worth
Yeah.
investing a little more production cost in quality on its infantry equipment, because it's already by far the most cost-effective thing in the game.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
I'm now doing Spanish Civil War refugees.
Yeah, and for tech slot, you could probably do the infantry equipment one now, and you can start producing modern rifles if you want. You can buy some from me
Once I
too,
finish
but
my industry techs.
yeah, I would definitely do the industry techs first.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, you got it by production, not by research. The infantry equipment, MIO.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
should I send my troops? The Spanish volunteers.
In order to just grind lots of XP and not take many losses and not deal with your low breakthrough causing high casualties, I would stick them somewhere where there's the unplanned offensive modifier, like attacking into Seville, maybe. You could actually
Okay.
attack somewhere with that modifier and it wouldn't do any harm. Or Vlitolid, or yeah, Seville or Vlitolid, but they'll probably remove the modifier in Vlitolid soon. So I would suggest going down to Seville and just pushing like on. Well, if you push into Malaga, you can get urban warfare expert very cheap. You won't suffer many casualties because of the unplanned. So I would join the attack on Malaga, honestly.
Malaga.
Yeah, it's that little city
I see.
northeast of Gibraltar, but it's an urban province, which means that you can get urban assault expert experience from it. And because of the unplanned offensive, everyone has very low attack, and so you won't suffer many or any crits, even with your terrible breakthrough. Because like divisions will have like one attack, and you probably still have at least like,
Okay.
5 breakthrough
I've
on the
got them on their way
divisions.
there.
Yeah. Um. All right. Guess I'll pause it again. I'm just not running any focuses for a bit, trying to build support. And waiting for fair labor standards that I can't take it for all anyhow because it has to time out the thing. It hasn't been 230 days since the last New Deal. Focus on need political power to keep building support. Uh, cool. Oop, more divisions deploy. Hold on. Didn't mean to turn down. I just meant to pause. 4 more divisions ready to deploy. For some reason, the Canadians really like lining up on on the main front. So I want to make sure they don't just march in unimpeded. It's also a great place to get cold weather acclimatization.
Should I pick a Spirit of the Naval command?
They want in province. Uh, how much Navy XP do you have?
85.
Um, when you get 100, you can grab your first Navy doctrine, or you can
Oh,
of course just save it for tech boost, which each costs 50 Navy XP. So
right. Okay. I don't think Oh, there's one.
the damage control, the the damage control, fire control, which is like fire control is like aiming and stuff like smoke, like colored smoke and ladder shooting. Um,
I
uh,
see.
armor, armor tech. What are some of the other ones? Some of the torpedo techs, depth charge tech, and some of the shell technology and shell and gun emplacement tech. They're all things that can be boosted, if I remember. Or wait, not the shell tech. Just forget I said that one, but most of the rest of the things I said. Yeah, you can spend it on a torpedo tech. You can like magnetic detonators, um, depth charge throwers, armor, firefighting drills, that kind of stuff. Yeah, since you mostly have a destroyer navy because you have so few dockyards, grabbing the whole firefighting drills line is really good because critical hits are one of the big ways to lose destroyers in combat. Like they can often survive lesser hits, but a crit will just instant kill a destroyer a lot of the time. So reducing the chance of suffering them makes a big difference, right?
Oh yeah, you didn't buy the convoys
Oh,
that I've got on the market.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear or remember. Or here we go. 37 of them. Multiple of there we go. 6,300. Let me do a little head math. Uh, 6 would be 30 a day. That would take two. No, that would be too long. 12. 60. 10 days, 100, 105 days. So, out of curiosity, how long to your Civil War again?
57 days.
Yeah, so I guess some of this is gonna arrive. I probably don't want to actually do quite so much. Then, yeah, I'll be buying them for a long time, but here we go, 11 deliveries. So for almost an entire year, I'll be buying them. It's kind of gradual, but you can only
Okay.
apply like the bonuses is so fast when they arrive. And I can always buy more stuff from you later, like uh infantry equipment at jacked up prices too. So I really want to get these factories in Tennessee soon. And I'll be able to send more. I don't know, role play Tennessee Valley Authority. It's silly, really, but um, get those built and then maybe buy more stuff. Oh yeah, the Tennessee Valley Authority helped a lot of people. It's funny that the fascist political tree comes after it because historically it was one of FDR's programs that was the most successful in like improving, like reducing extreme poverty and improving employment. In the Tennessee Valley, who had atrocious unemployment ratings after the Great Depression struck. Uh,
Yeah.
Soviet opposition requests support. Uh, yeah, I'll give them rifles, as many as I can, 200, because if their civil war is quick and painless, then they won't lose quite as many men. And it's such a big nation, it makes that not that much difference. Uh, I don't know. It's a fairly non-hostile world right now. I don't see any big threats. I mean, France and Italy and Switzerland and Portugal. Well, not Portugal, but because they're going monarchist. But France, Italy, and Switzerland can all go fascist. Maybe even bring in Belgium and the Netherlands. And it's not that strong a faction. It's not a non-existent. Yeah, Switzerland's definitely going fascist. Arms purchases. Okay, so France is not going fascist then. They're just going the right wing democratic path. They took confirm Eastern commitments, which they don't usually do if they're trying to go fascist, I think. Or no,
Yeah.
buy time, actually. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that France, yes, they're. Oh, they may still ally with Italy, the Stresa Front, or with the Soviet Union. Treaty of Mutual Assistance. So yeah, France is going like a historical democratic path, not fascist as far as I can tell. I don't know. Belgium still hasn't picked their path yet. Italy seems to just be staying with Mussolini, though I could be wrong. Um, Switzerland and Italy are both going fascist. So that's going to be a bit of a threat, but not enormous. It is Italy after all. Unless like Greece joins them in fascism. Uh, Greece is probably going to join them in either fascism or fail to. Yeah, Greece might join them in fascism. They'll have a civil war, and so they could go fascist. And France and the UK are not going to. Well, France might support them. A lot depends on whether France supports Greece in attacking Turkey. If France supports them, they won't go fascist. If France doesn't, they'll try and go fascist. Uh, oh, I'm positive. If you're good with that, or
Yeah.
yeah, I'll explain as it's unpaused. So Greece gets revive. Mars the Anatolian catastrophe, resurrect the Gali idea path, right? Which they're currently on because they have Mars the Anatolian catastrophe spirit, which means they're already committed to that path. It's the leftmost path on their focus tree. Um, if they hold a conference to try and get the UK and France to support them in invading Turkey, so they can take Western Turkey and Istanbul from Turkey, right?
Yeah.
If France and UK both refuse to like even attend the conference, then they get the fascists rise up and like try and do a civil war to turn them fascist, and if they succeed, then it resurrects the Byzantine Empire at that point.
Hmm.
And yeah, the Neo Byzantine Empire is fascist and could potentially end up in like a faction with Italy, and that could be a bit of a threat because they get some
Yeah.
really powerful national spirits. And I mean, Greece gets pretty powerful national spirits regardless, but as the Byzantines, I think they can core all of Turkey and so have a decent industrial and manpower base for then they can also eventually core Bulgaria and parts of southern Yugoslavia. A lot of the historical Byzantine territories in the late empire. Uh, so potentially an Italo-Byzantine alliance could be very, like, actually reasonably dangerous if nobody stops them, which
Yeah.
neither of us is in really a position to do. They'll be able to run wild for quite a while before anyone steps in, probably. The UK
Mm.
is well, no, the UK is gonna be very slow flipping communists. So they might not guarantee them if they flip, but they won't flip on time. So uh, yeah, the UK might stop them. The UK are the only ones who I think can really.
Yeah.
I can invite Manchuria into the naval treaty.
What?
I didn't even know that was an option. I'm not doing it. It costs political power, and they'll probably say no because they're fascist, and why would they say yes?
Yeah.
Maybe they get like a buff of some sort if they say yes, or maybe a debuff if they say no, but I don't have the political power to screw with
Imperial
Manchuria.
Kwantung
Yeah,
territories?
it's Manchuria. It was like the Japanese Manchurian puppet that gets
They took
independence.
Korea.
Yeah, they always have Korea after if Japan goes communist, they gain control of it instead of it being occupied
Ah,
Japanese territory.
okay.
Uh, yeah, it has no compliance though. Korea, none.
Yeah.
Interestingly, but yeah, so yeah, Manchuria is not a very powerful country. They'll attack China, which also isn't very powerful, but even China can beat them usually on their own. So they'll lose, and that would just give China a bunch more territory and industry and stuff, and make them more capable of beating the communists. And uh, eventually, uh, I should check my focus tree real quick. Hold on. Still can't do the fair labels. Standards Act. Eventually, China will unite all of China, and then they can attack their neighbors, like Vietnam and stuff. They can invade, just like the People's Republic of China did historically at some point. But that was like after the Vietnam War, and it was over literally a question of whether there was a genocide going on that Vietnam was supporting, but that Pol Pot was doing. So they had some kind of legit reasons to invade, thinking they were stopping a genocide. They weren't. Vietnam was telling the truth, and they said they were not supporting Pol Pot and, in fact, opposing him. But China.
Yeah, I thought Vietnam invaded Cambodia.
They did eventually. That's the thing.
Yeah,
And then like China thought they were really responsible or something. China and Vietnam have a long unfriendly
yeah,
history a lot of times with
yeah,
like China dominating Vietnam. So there was a lot of like not believing someone just because of historical grievances involved and maybe trying to fabricate a reason for war, like
yeah.
blaming Vietnam for what Pol Pot was doing. And the CIA was involved too, of course, so they were probably trying to confuse
Right.
the information because the CIA supported Pol Pot for a long time,
Mhm.
and then they turned on him and supported the people who fought against him, but and tried to like bury the evidence that they support. But you can still read books about it, like from historians. It's a fact the CIA supported them, and that they like
Yeah.
you can't find any reference to it on like well NSA archives, but that's a biased site that only whitewashes everything the CIA ever did. So or National Security Archives, not NSA. That'd be National Security Administration. National Security Archives or something. There's like a website that's supposed to have like declassified, but it's always scrubbed, whitewashed, and very selective about what it puts up. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the CIA did in fact support Pol Pot for a while, and then it was too much even for them, so even they turned on him. Uh, Whether that was for more pragmatic reasons or because they were disgusted with the genocide is a matter that's up for debate. But
Yeah.
in the end, he was completely without friends. And he's a great example of just because you claim you're a communist doesn't mean you're a communist. Nobody
Oh
accepted his claim of being a Marxist. There was nothing in his. He just claimed that because he thought, well, Vietnam just fended off the United States. If I claim to be communist, then like people will support. No, no.
yeah.
You have to have like legitimate nationalizing industries, workers' cooperatives, redistributing wealth. You have to do something that shows you're actually a communist. Otherwise, you're not. Just because you say you are doesn't make you. Uh, well, I did not get any of the additional positive events for Torpedo Cruiser. Again, I think I saw the AI got it once, so I know it's possible, but I never seem to roll well. The AI gets nice iteration events, and I get screwed. Uh, at best, I get rock solid average events, which I think this would count as. This was kind of focus I was waiting for though.
Were you gonna send me rifles?
Um, yeah, I was gonna also sell you rifles. Hold on a second, because there's a bug I wanted to check isn't happening here. Okay, I'm getting the basic research. Yeah, you want how long to your Civil War?
40 days.
Yeah, I was
Should
gonna
I
list
start?
a
Should I start
bunch.
arming my uh exercising units now?
I don't know if he gets those divisions or not, but I guess it wouldn't hurt either way, just in case. He might
Yeah.
get them equally unequipped to you, in which case, and I know you keep
So
the army experience.
should I wait till after it starts to start rearming them?
Uh, I might have them stop just so you don't forget, and so they can start digging in anyways, gaining entrenchment.
Okay. Stop exercising as well.
Yeah, and just let them
Okay.
start gaining entrenchment and organizing. But I was gonna wait till 28 days before your Civil War, and then I
Mhm.
was gonna sell you a bunch of rifles that would come in 30 days, so that they would all go to your side. But it would take
Oh, okay.
industry, from the whole of Mexico is like in payment beforehand. Although, how many
Yeah.
Civ factories do you have in those two states? Because you can't default on the payment.
In those two states, I have 3 civ factories
Are there any
and one
mill?
military. One
3 civ
military.
and 1 mill. What's your consumer goods factory factor? So 4 factories, 3 civ.
35%.
Well, no, if you hover over in construction queue because it's modified by things like stability and national spirits.
Where do I see it?
Construction and then consumer goods. If you hover over, it'll show you base expectation and then factors. There's almost always factors that increase or decrease it.
Factors multiplied together 100%.
Oh, so nothing that. Okay. Well, actually, I guess you need over 50% stability to reduce it, don't you? And it doesn't go up at below. Okay, so 35%. So that's 1.4. So it could be up to 2 civ on consumer goods, but it could be as low as 1. So you could lose 2 civ for purchase. And you said how many do you have currently doing construction?
I've got 5 on consumer goods, 8 constructing.
Okay, so I think you can buy up to 6. It could be only 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 uh civ worth of like rate of rifles, which means you can buy in 30 days 900 value worth of rifles, which means yeah, 1200 rifles. Yeah, because you could theoretically buy more if you weren't going to lose some of the civ when. So yeah, yeah, so I can put up 1200 rifles when you're at 28 days from your civil war.
Okay.
Because I should have more than that. Yeah, in fact, I can list 300 more for sale because you can't even buy that many. Uh, and these will be at jacked up prices, unlike the cheap ones I'm going to sell you. There we go. Cool. But yeah, I'll give you 1,200, which is enough to equip 12,000 men. So that's 12 battalions worth of infantry can be fully equipped. It's not going to be all your men, obviously, but it should make some difference. You might consider setting the division that's you see near Mexico City. You see other those planes, right?
Yeah.
I might consider setting at least one of the divisions there to it. You have a larger division there, right?
No. I sent all those guys to go volunteer.
Oh, so not larger, so just small. I might still consider creating a duplicate version that's got at least normal equipment priority and has infantry 1 enabled, right?
Infantry 1?
Yeah, because infantry equipment 1 I'm going to be selling you. They're more high tech than the
Oh, yeah.
basic.
I equipped all of them. I'm equipping all of them now.
Oh.
Should I
Well, I
just take
might
them all off of reserves and put them on the default?
I would put well no, I reserves are good because they still get the equipment just lower priority than normal, and I might create a normal because you probably still want the elite ones to get it first.
Yeah.
Actually, how many of the bigger ones do you have? Like
3.
overseas? 3? And they're how many size? What, like size 6, size 9?
Size 9. Oh, I can
Oh,
add an artillery to them now. I've got enough army XP. Should I
um,
add artillery now?
no, I would try and get trench warfare quickly because it'll help your other divisions defend. That's when you have
Trench
100 army.
warfare.
It's the first of grand battle plan when you
Right,
get
right.
100 army XP because that'll give a really big increase to the attack and defense values of entrenched divisions. being dug in that much more. Like it's like a what's it's plus 10 entrenchment, which equates to 20% extra attack and defense. Because each plus one is actually a plus two to stats.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, and I think that's multiplicative. Well, the entrenchment value is multiplicative, so it's not 20% overall since they already would have some entrenchment, but it's still like makes the divisions like 18% more effective or something. Um, so yeah, so actually what I was getting to is I was thinking about this, and maybe you just want to give the best rifles to your elite, your big divisions, because those are the ones that you'll probably attack with, I'm guessing, or send to critical hot spots where you're struggling to hold, because they're your best troops, and they've
Yeah.
been getting experience in the civil wars you send them to. Are they up to trained already?
Yes, they're all trained.
Are any of them close to regular now, or
Hmm.
because they've been getting
About
com?
halfway.
Oh, well, at least they're trained and they're big, so. But yeah, you could consider, if they're not regular yet, you could consider creating a version that's at regular priority and turning some of the size 3 divisions to that are already up to regular to the regular priority. Like regular, the plus 25% experience training level, as I'm saying. Um, and because better trained men probably actually will use the rifles best, and maybe putting the divisions on the plains near Mexico City and maybe the deserts across north of Chihuahua, maybe putting like a division in each on regular priority so they might get some of the rifles after the elite guys have taken their fill. Or put them on elite and then they'll split it with the elite guys. It's your choice, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, put it put it where the fighting is likely to be hardest. Is what I'm saying. That's just my advice. Anyways, I can now take the Fair Labor Standards Act, and I just started that. So awesome. Um, I've been waiting till an invisible timer expired. I don't know if it expired like a day ago, but I've been checking it, watching it pretty closely. So it couldn't have been too many days ago that became available. That'll change slow recovery to slow economic growth, which
Oh,
is,
am I gonna lose a bunch of stability when I enter this civil war?
I don't think so.
Because I my war support's really low.
Uh, you'll gain 20% war support for being a defensive war. You will. Well, yeah. Oh, you're talking about you'll have a temporary modifier for being at war. Yes, you will have a modifier for being at war to your stability. I thought you were saying you would lose base stability. You'll still have 32% base stability, but yeah, you have the minus 20% at war plus whatever from the war support. Your stability, your effective stability during the war will be like close to 0%. Why?
Ooh. Just I don't know. Just curious.
I mean,
Like,
it's
would either reconciliation committees or inciting tensions be useful right now, or would they both? Would neither be really a good idea?
uh I mean, you did improve worker conditions and you're doing raids, right?
Yep. But I'm still sitting at like 34% stability and 12% war support.
How much political power you have saved up?
55, 55.
You can prosecute the clergy, can't you? Because the church is weak. Or no, not they're assertive, so you can't prosecute
No, they're
clergy.
third. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I guess reconciliation committee is the most effective way to gain stability, but you lose war support
Oh,
and
shoot. I need. Don't I have to get anti-disestablishmentarianism before I take support Spanish loyalists?
no,
Because
you
I don't
can
drop.
you'll be able to strengthen the church again later
Oh,
via
repeal.
another event you'll get probably. You should
And
eventually get what?
and I'll have repealed the Callous Law.
Yeah, you have at least two chances more to strengthen the church. Peel the cows
Okay.
on an event, so you should be good. Especially since you did women's suffrage, which strengthened the church. Yeah, you should be able to avoid atheist state in the civil war that would spawn, which I don't think you can get that civil war while you're already in a civil war, but yeah. Um,
All right.
I yeah, it probably even says is
How
not in a
come
civil war for the conditions of the civil war, I would suspect.
is is improved working conditions a one-time thing?
No, after about 3 years you can do it again.
Oh, so it just had to. It'll just show up later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't even been able to do it once because I haven't had the political power, but I'd like to do it because my base stability is 70%, but it's going to drop to 60% when I take Union Representation Act. Then I'm going to get the Civil Legion protests, which drop to 50%. Old age pension act will bring it back up to 60, but when I eventually desegregate, it'll drop all the way to 40 with full desegregation because that'll spark a civil war
Hmm.
where I lose 20% stability when it breaks out. So my stability is eventually going to be terrible. So I actually need to improve stability. Although I can't improve working conditions right now because you have to be at less than 100% effective stability. And I'm sitting at 104%. So I have to wait for uh well after I do Union Representation Act, I should be able to improve worker conditions, which kind of makes sense. The unions push for better labor standards. Uh, anyways, on pause.
Oh, I'm running out of fuel.
Oh, are you at 0%?
I have 8 days left of fuel.
Shoot. Only eight. Well, you might need to pause naval exercises for a bit. Although, keep in mind your
Can I
fuel
just
stock.
buy some oil from you?
What?
Should I just buy some oil from you?
You could. Yeah. I was gonna say, keep in mind that your uh your Navy XP, you keep all of it when your Civil War breaks out, but your fuel stockpile gets split with the other
Ah,
side. So
okay.
you actually want a really low stockpile when it breaks out, like almost non-existent.
Okay.
Um,
I'll buy 8 off of you, see how that does.
yeah. Uh, oh, I need to start on a new class of destroyer or light cruiser. Yeah, I can just modernize. Why am I thinking? I can modernize the Brooklyn class. Uh, or the Brooklyn class B1. I like to use numbers when it's a minor update and letter changes when it's a major. Going off the U.S. convention already for naming ships. Just continue it. Uh, speed is helpful against torpedoes. Reliability and range. Yeah, I probably want design by Norfolk. Uh, kind of not talking to myself. There's people on YouTube who are hopefully watching this and not bored to tears. uh, and I am designing a new cruiser line, light cruiser. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, designed to utterly annihilate the enemy destroyers and be as cost effective as possible. Hmm. Yeah. Fire control systems only really make sense in capital ships, not the most basic level. Um, because at higher levels, they can, I think they give anti-air, which is very useful for capital ships, but useless for screens. It's a multiplicative plus 2.5%, so it only means that for every 40 shots you fire where one would have missed, you'll hit one more time. It's not very useful. Uh, hmm. Shoot, what was there? Oh, anti-air guns. Uh, hmm. All right. Uh, just queuing up a couple new new cruisers. um, had to design them. All right. Sorry about that. You good with me on pausing, Joe?
Yep.
Cool. Just checking because I don't want to catch you by surprise if you like stepped away from the keyboard for a sec. Uh, it's designing a light cruiser that it has 26 light attack. It's just designed to murder screening ships.
Nice.
Don't need many of them though because gonna have a lot of torpedo cruisers soon. Saving the design for that when I have probably my next trait point. At least splinter protection. The shipbuilder. Um, yeah. How many days to your Civil War?
30.
Okay, 2 more days, and I want to put those rifles up. March 28th. All right. All right. 900 cost for these rifles. I think you should be able to buy, I think, what was it? 6 Civ, which is 30 a day for 30 days. So yeah, you should be able to put 6 factories on the purchase and be able to get it in a month.
900 costs?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
900
need.
for all 12. Oh, hold on. It put the wrong number up.
You just want me to buy 1200?
Yeah, I changed the number there. For some reason it listed my entire stockpile. I must have hit the button by accident.
Okay.
There we go.
How many factories should I put?
6. Otherwise it'll take more than a month.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it hasn't.
It says 29 days. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's it. 29 days of payment maybe, but yeah,
Okay. All right. There we go.
there we go. Cool. Yep, 30 a day. That's what I thought. Hold on. Before I forget, I gotta upgrade my design for carrier nav that are gonna be built with my brand new carrier. All right. All right. Good to pause.
Finish Spanish Civil. Finish Spanish Civil War refugees.
Nice, and now you can.
Support Spain's loyalists.
Yep, that'll reduce you to weak church again, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What's up?
Sorry, I had to adjust something with resource allocations on ships that are being built. Oh, am I buying oil from someone? No. I'm a full oil stockpile. Weird. Won't be when
You
your
have a
civil
lot
war
of oil.
breaks out. Yeah, but I'll lose the resource rights as soon as your civil war breaks out, and then I'll have a lot less oil.
Oh yeah.
Well, not a lot less,
You,
but 28
you got
less.
1,000. You got like 1,000 for sale.
Yeah, I'm running free trade, so most of my oil goes to the market, and I don't get to use it. Plus,
Oh,
undisturbed isolation, I get.
you free trade.
I'm under free trade and undisturbed isolation, so my fuel gain is atrocious.
Oh,
80% of it goes straight to market, and of the 20% that doesn't, I get 60% less fuel per oil because of undisturbed isolation. It's absolutely atrocious oil economy. But, Texas produces so darn much that I don't have to be efficient.
yeah. Why is there so much oil in Texas?
It's a good question. Without it, the United States probably wouldn't be the superpower it is. um,
Yeah.
yeah, and George Bush would have never been president, and I don't know, the world would probably be better off.
614 is crazy.
You'd have to ask the map maker of the world we live in.
Yeah.
Ever played Civ 4? Why is this map so broken, man? It's unfair. The United States has such a great starting position.
I can afford a naval doctrine.
You're at 100?
Yeah.
I'd suggest trade interdiction so that you can grab convoy warfare and start getting admirals who have Seawolf. You know, your
Trade
role.
interdiction.
Yeah. Between promoting admirals and promoting junior officers to general, especially ones as they gain experience in like your Civil War and from, you know, like your Civil War and the Civil Wars you send in volunteers, should be getting some junior officers with a bit of experience. And once you got once you have trench warfare and theater training, you can start promoting some of them, and some of them will be brilliant strategists or inflexible strategists, which are both great traits, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you'll be just chewing through a lot of command power in these things. Speaking of which, I'm gonna switch into trench warfare now. Shovel is often the best weapon of the infantry. Yep, indeed. Said you can just build on the doctrine of superior firepower, but okay. Fully entrenched divisions here are actually better. Um, but I really take the focus tree for the next focus. Grand battle plan. And sweet command power income. It's the only army tree that helps with your navy. You know,
Yeah.
Joe? The command power can be used to promote admirals as well as like generals. So it's flexible. Grand battle plan. Whether you want to be strengthening your army or navy at any given point. Um, you should probably do your army first though, before your navy. I mean, trade interdiction is just get out of the way and have it done. Oh shoot. I should have advised you to wait to do it till after your Civil War because now the other side in the Civil War would get the trade interdiction spirit as well.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah, that's gonna make them a
They
little bit
probably won't have much
better.
of a navy anyway, right?
What?
They probably won't have much of a navy anyway, right?
Yeah, they won't have any navy, but if they do get their hands on wait, they don't have any naval bases in the state.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're not smart enough to build naval bases, so all they'll do is build convoys, so it's fine. If
Okay.
they had a naval base, they could have taken naval effort and built some subs, and it would have made their subs more effective. But they won't do that, so you're completely fine. They aren't going to build naval bases. It's way too expensive and slow, and they're just not going to do it. Uh,
All right.
shoot, overflowing that carrier, wasn't paying enough attention. Where is my carrier fleet? Oh, it's in the South Atlantic area. Wait a second, where are my free carrier naval bombers? I'm supposed to get a bunch when completing new carrier, you're supposed to be including the cost of production. Did it not? Wiki lie? Uh, shoot. Shoot. Hmm. Uh, I don't know where the missing nav are. They're probably just never get them. The wiki is lying like it so often does. Da, da, da.
There it is.
Oh, cool. And it looks like you're going to get your rifles in time. I was just checking to make sure the Civil War didn't mess it up somehow. Cool. Cool. I'll let you, like, drop offensive lines or whatever you want to do. It looks like they have a lot of their divisions on the Texas border right now. I count at least four that you can't see. That I have divisions there, so I can see they're there. So just be wary; they'll have more. Nope, actually, I count at least five because there's at least two marching
How does
different.
how do front lines work with the fallback lines? Do I just have to take them off of the
Yeah, just delete the
fallback?
fallback lines at this point and drop. Well, you don't have to, but it helps you with doing counterattacks if like they attack and wear themselves out. So yeah, I would do, and I don't think they get organized. Your generals get organized or experienced unless they're on the front line either. So yeah, just delete the fallback lines and drop front lines everywhere except the bit over by Chihuahua. You have to keep that fallback line because it doesn't border them yet until they push into
Yeah.
that empty desert. But
Okay.
everywhere that borders them, that you got the troops, just yeah, draw a front line after deleting the fallback line and assign them to the front that they're already at.
All right. Then you wanted me to surround the capital?
I mean, the strategy is all up to you.
Yeah.
Uh, if you surround the capital, though, which you'll need better divisions than your size three, like your volunteer ones, and you might need to wait for them to be fully equipped.
Yeah.
Before you do that, and maybe even train all the way up to regular. You may have to defend for a while, but when everything's set up, you got the planning, you got the equipment. maybe you get Grand Battle Plan, which is your second army doctrine after you trench warfare, because you have trench warfare now, right?
No,
Oh, you don't have 100 army XP yet?
no, 50.
Um, 50. Well, when you get up to 100, you can grab trench warfare. Um, yeah, and so you and then Grand Battle Plan, you probably get it fairly quickly from combat. But yeah, when you're ready, you can surround the capital, and that'll cut everything else off from supply. Maybe you do that sooner, but you probably at least want to wait for your best divisions to get back and get planned,
Okay.
and maybe to get a little better equipped. You know, give them the rifles that you just gonna get in 2 days, and that takes time to actually give them to the men once you arrive in your stockpile.
Okay.
You worried about the direction the country's headed, man? I don't think I even asked you that.
Yeah, somewhat.
Personally, I would like to be able to drop plans to get the heck out. I just being disabled long COVID, it's very hard. I mean, I'm putting a lot of effort into doing all these videos and streaming to try and I mean, I'm not just doing this. I rather enjoy this. The single player stuff is more draining because I'm a very social person. It's very just me talking to people who don't talk back.
Yeah.
Um, although,
Mm.
well, it's less draining than sitting in a room by myself, but it's I don't know. I'd still rather interact with people. Like
Yeah.
directly. But yeah, with all the vids and stuff, I'm trying very hard to build my channel to the point where I can monetize and have some kind of income. And maybe if I can get enough, I can tell the European countries that say you have to have some way to support yourself. Look, I'm a YouTuber. I can support myself barely. Will you please let me in because I don't want to live in a country that's going fascist? uh, and maybe they'll say okay. I'm hoping. It's desperate, but I have nothing but desperation at this point. So, um, I
Yeah.
I hope that family we could see the ring on the wall and prepare to leave, and I could go with them. But that's not happening. So this is kind of my last desperate because they're all gonna clearly stay here right until there might be jackbooted thugs breaking down the door and trying to haul them off, disappear them in the night. I hate it, but what am I going to do? I can't make them think differently. Some of them even talk about it. They think things are going fast. I'm like, okay, you have that information. What's the logical thing you're going to do with it? Uh, prepare to leave, you know? But whatever. They won't. Um, hmm. Do you have the offensive lines drawn up?
Yeah. One of them. I mean, the
Huh.
one that I can. So I'm good on pause.
All right.
I'm pretty sure. Oh.
Uh,
Oh. Jeez.
anarchist. Oh no, that's yeah, that's right. They're going the sorry, the hinder NKVD interference. Spanish commune. This is like the anti-Stalinist anarchist communism. POUM communist. It's worth noting the right opposition can actually help them and ally with them, get a special focus to make sure they come into existence because they often don't. Like Yeah, instead of the anarchist revolt, you get a POUM revolt, which is much more widespread because they're not crazy anarchists. And then the other one has maintained this Second Republic, the Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there won't be any anarchist revolt, I don't think. Though maybe it could still happen. I'm pretty sure Spanish
Hmm.
Commune ate up the potential anarchist revolt. And
Yeah.
then the nationalists will still have the Carlist revolt as well. So it'll still be a four-way civil war. But the Second Republic, which is the one that could actually get Soviet aid and develop more in the long run, will be crushed. Spanish Commune, its focus tree is not quite as good, but it's still very good in the long run. The communist trees tend to be stronger in the long run than the fascist ones by a small margin. Um, and I mean, realistically, yeah, if you get development aid for the Soviet Union, you're going to be stronger than if you don't. So the paths that do that. The strongest potential path now is actually taking Soviet aid, then turning on the Soviet Union, then getting aid from like the United States. Every country that gives you aid, like, can add to your industry. Oh, and like they can even get aid from like Germany. They can get aid from everyone, or not Germany. Aid. No, they can't get aid from nations that send volunteers on the other side. Well, they can if Germany doesn't go fascist. That's right. Anyhow, all right. Well, pause again.
All right.
Oh, there's the news event. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Or actually, you probably want some more cheap rifles once this current order is done, I'm guessing. So I'll put up another shipment in a few days once you get your current shipment and you have the factories available again. I'm pausing it, or is if that's good, or
Yeah. They aren't taking those desert provinces.
yeah, they're kind of cautious. They like probably suspect a trap or something. I can't entirely blame them. They may rather dig in on defensive terrain, and I mean, cool. I guess if they're not even bordering you, it's even less dangerous because they can't just attack you at any time. I mean, you might as well just like hold for now and take whatever breathing room you can get to get your divisions equipped and trained and
Okay.
your doctrines. I mean, it's like time is lives saved in this case. So, hmm.
How come we're paused?
Uh,
Uh,
Techs and MIO upgrade. I had to take a moment to figure out what
uh,
I was going to do for MIO and tech upgrades. Yeah, now that I've lost the oil, I'm still cutting a surplus by a very small amount. That's interesting. Uh, hmm. Right, I'm pausing. Oh, another MIO. Oh, special project. Underway replenishment. Oop, wait, that requires two? Uh, oh, okay. Yep, I'm saving up for underway replenishment. So, cool. Okay. Guess I'm not doing a new special project, but it gave me a thing telling me I could do one. The ones available aren't great. Sorry about that, Joe.
Oh, I can send equipment to both uh sides of the Spanish Republic.
Oh yeah, because they're both like leftist. Yeah, you can send.
Yeah.
You just finished support Spain's
Ooh,
loyalists.
I need convoys.
What?
I need 3 convoys to do that.
Oh, you don't even have three? I thought you didn't sell all your convoys.
I have 2.
Oh, you're one short.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
make another.
I could sell you some. Hold on. No one's buying my convoys anyways. Uh, I'll put two on sale here at a low price. You can buy them. And also
Okay.
some rifles. Because, you know, if you don't have actual rifles to send or to equip your men or any of it, just 600 this time of the rifles. It should cost 450. So if you put 3 civ on the rifles, you'll get them in a month, I think. Yeah, if you put 3 civ on the rifles, and you can put, I guess, uh, 2 or 3 on the convoys.
Why?
Hmm?
If I put 1, it'll be in 1 delivery.
What
Oh
will the?
wait,
Oh,
never mind. Yeah, 2.
yeah,
2 factories.
on the convoys you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 on the convoys, 3 on the rifles, and then you have one to spare, I guess. And so I'm selling you back convoys for less than the price of the ones I bought from you. So you're just making pure profit. It's like a money laundering scheme to support your, you know,
Yeah.
I buy this thing from you and I sell it back to you for less than I bought it for. Just handing you money basically. All right, which is good. I wish there was a
Right.
way to just directly give economic aid, but whatever. Um,
Oh, my focus still has 4 days left. I'm surprised that the decision showed up early.
oh, yeah. You probably don't have the rifles for it yet, anyhow.
I
Or does
should soon, though, right? Once they arrive.
well, those would be, yeah. I mean, those will be infantry one, and they'll probably go right to your divisions. But
Shoot, do I need to? Hmm.
yeah, I would just,
Oh, I don't need a ton for reinforcement, though. So actually, I should
yeah,
have some to spare.
yeah. You're close to filling your, I guess, with at least basic infantry equipment. And you don't have any more in training, right?
Nope.
Yep. So if you just, yep, get people fully equipped, and then you can start, and I can keep selling you
Stock.
rifles. And when guys who have basic infantry equipment receive the infantry equipment one, then they put their basic stuff back in the stockpile. So you can sell used rifles, send used rifles to Spain.
Oh.
Used World War I rifles, but it still gives you army experience. So to be fair, those rifles were durable. There's people who still use like rifles like that
Yeah.
generations later sometimes. They're properly maintained.
Industrial land appropriation.
I would not do that. It costs you like war support, and it's
Yeah. Oh, I'm at 1% stability.
yep because of the war. Uh,
That's really bad.
you have 32% war support though, which means that you can go to partial mobilization.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I get the political power.
Yeah, and if your war ended, you'd be back down to 12, and you'd have a demobilization crisis. But if you drag out the war for a while, you won't have to worry, and world tension will eventually go high enough that you'll
Uh,
probably be okay. Plus, you can eventually take thing like focuses or decisions to improve your war support. So
yeah. I finished support Spain's loyalists.
you probably just got a little communist support from the Fourth International event.
Huh?
The Fourth International, you probably got some
Yep.
communist support from that, right?
10%. How
10%?
come? Yeah.
It's proportional to how popular I think how common Trotskyism was in a given country. Like I didn't get
Oh.
any. A lot of countries get five. Mexico had a ton. Like most of their communists were Trotskyites.
Yeah, I mean, that's where he fled to, yeah?
Yeah, Mexico and Canada both had large Trotskyite movements. Actually, these days, a lot of the well, not quite as much, but back in like the aughts between 2000 and 2010, a lot of the communists in the U.S. were actually Trotskyites too, because they had come
Yeah.
over from Canada mostly.
Should I just let myself gain some political power? Or what should I do next?
You just finished support Spain's loyalists.
Yep.
Uh, let's see. I would go repeal Cowles law and abolish capital punishment because that would give you a big chunk of political
Oh,
power.
right. Right. Okay.
In 105 days, you get 160. It's even faster than running no focus, and it gives you stability, and it
Yeah.
strengthens the church, so you get some stability back. So,
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Um, and after you abolish capital punishment, you can take state education, which will weaken the church again, but it'll give you a research slot. So that's very nice. And then that leads to the law and ZFO and the law and industrial promotion, which will help your industrial snowball. And meanwhile, the fascists, which you should have contained in those two states there, and they can't go anywhere. They have no navy, no naval bases to use navy if they had one. Uh, and you have all these men lined up and presumably entrenched just outside their borders. They can't go anywhere, and they'll sit there and build infrastructure and factories in their area. They already got rid of the oil concessions, which means once you retake those states, you'll have the oil, and you can finally start selling it instead of it going to me for free. So,
Oh,
yeah. Um,
wait.
yeah. I'll unpause. That's good.
Yeah. I have no factories working.
No Civ because you're buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're well, stability won't help it actually. When you improve your mobilization, you'll get some factories that are off consumer goods, and you can use them. So
Yeah. Oh, the Hindenburg survived.
yeah, technically Germany, if they weren't locked into the Spartacus League path, could go monarchist and do the hidden Holy Roman Empire path now. It only
Yeah.
requires it requires the Hindenburg survive, and they've already gotten rid of Hitler, so
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to go Spartacus League unless somehow they got derailed in that path. They would say they could form the Holy Roman Empire,
Hmm.
have a
Hey,
Kaiser
my
in.
forces are here.
What?
My forces are here.
Excuse me. I'll pause it so you can assign them wherever they're gonna. Uh, if they're not attacking, you could have them run like shift click exercises and have those large divisions just train until they reach uh like the plus 25% regulars experience level, and then they'll fight better when they attack. So
All right. One of them's already a regular.
yeah, so just the one that isn't, and then you could have them all like attack together wherever you're gonna do to try and surround San Luis Potosi. Um, all right. Uh,
Okay.
tech, technology. Uh, cool. I can do improved machine tools, I guess. Uh, so I'm looking at oh, can start degaussing my ship holes. Wait, that only gives 500 funds? Why is that? What's wrong with degaussing stuff? Sorry, I was looking at oh, decalcing is ahead of time on top of everything else. Fun. Yep. So I'm just focusing on improving my navy right now and my industry. Navies have a really long lead time, so you got to plan way ahead to, like, years ahead. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Joe.
Yes.
One of the things they might do is they might take naval effort and add 3 naval dockyards to Tamaulipas. So that'll really help your ability to actually start building a navy, because then instead of 2 dockyards, you'll have 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Civil Wars can be useful, and this one, I mean, I don't think you didn't lose any generals, did you? Like you still have all the same people
Uh,
on the roster.
hmm, I think didn't lose anyone important anyway.
Hmm. Cool. All right, just finished the Fair Labor Standards Act. Now I'm just not gonna be running any focuses for a while. Uh, some pause.
Did I lose one of my divisions? I think only 2 came back from the volunteers. Hmm. That's really weird.
Maybe one of them defected to the other side.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, it does look like this 2A division is is one of the large ones from what little I can see across the border. It's telling me it's got 3 to 18
Where is it?
infantry. The 2nd Infantry Division, and it doesn't have a Brigade Agarista name. The one that's near Chihuahua, that's standing on the desert, that looks to be one of the Civil War ones, one of the ones you sent as volunteers. So you kept 2 of the 3 and you lost 1.
Oh, it's got a different symbol, but it could be.
It
Hmm.
resets the symbol. If you change the symbol, it resets when it changes ownership.
Ah, okay. Yeah, then that's probably it.
But the names often don't change, so my best guess is that that's it. You could be absolutely certain if you like attacked the province and the combat width indicated it was the larger width, but since that's the only division in that province, but you probably just lose a lot of men just to confirm that right now.
I mean, it's definitely got artillery, so it's definitely not small.
Oh, the small ones don't have artillery, then yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
I see. That makes sense.
I'm gonna be pausing just before midnight because the lobbying effort thing rolls over just before midnight here. Lobbying really hard. Come along on the Oregon Trail. Oregon is completing a what's getting industrialized. Build a naval dock here or there.
Do you think now would be a good time for reconciliation committees?
Uh,
Well, no, because
war is
eventually
like being at
go
war
away.
is like the worst time for it because the war support actually affects your stability. Like
Oh yeah, that's right. It'll just send the stability down anyway.
you'll
Never mind.
get more stability and you lose, but you won't gain as much as you normally would.
Plus, I gotta say for mobilization.
Yeah, if anything, you should be trying to build war support so you can keep partial mobilization
Yeah, yeah.
once the war
Mm-hmm.
is over. I
That
might
makes sense.
do. I mean, it's very contingent on how quickly world tensions go up and stuff. What I might do is, let's see, are you at weak church right now or assertive? You're at weak. So you can assassinate Cristero traders and you have 75 political power. That'll get you war support and army XP.
Oh yeah. Would I want to do that over changing off of civ economy though?
Uh, yeah, no, you would want to do partial mobilization first, actually, yeah. And then you could worry
Okay.
about.
All right.
Although if you wait, well, you might be able to make it all the way to war economy, but then it'd be really hard to maintain that. You'd have to build a lot of war support. Um,
Yeah, and we need to switch to war economy yet.
I mean, it could be good. It just, let's see. You did Spain's loyalists. Uh,
Oh, I can support the Spanish left. Should I support the commune?
no, I would support Spain proper if you can only do one because that'll drag the war out longer, which is good. Spain will emerge stronger the longer this war goes on.
Okay.
I guess you could say it's the act of the war being declared that's really destabilizing. You know, people,
Oh, I could
brother,
support both. I just need more convoys.
yeah, more convoys, more guns. That's all.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'll have four after you buy these two, and you can buy, I guess, two more a little later. Though in your construction queue, are you almost done with like a
Should I start
factory?
building? Huh?
What? At the top,
Should I
what's
start
it?
building now?
No, it's gonna ask at your in your construction queue at the, whatever. What's at the top of your construction queue right now?
Infrastructure?
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna provide any immediate benefit. So yeah, when your current purchase deal ends, you'll get more factories back, and then I would suggest just buying more convoys from me. Two more
Yeah.
convoys.
Okay.
Uh, because you know I was buying all those ones expensive, and you can just get more. Uh,
All right.
but I don't even see the deal. You must have already gotten them delivered. Do you?
Yep.
Okay, then let me put two more convoys on sale for a low price. You can grab these, and that should give you six, I think, right? because you have 3 currently tied up going to Spain, so that should get you up to 3 more, so you can send
Oh, you're
rifles.
only there's only 2 on here.
Yeah, you have 1, and you
No,
have
I
3
don't. I
tied
have
up
0.
on. Oh,
Yeah.
because your country intel is saying you have 1 right now.
Oh, that's really weird.
Oh, you may have 0 free. Check if you have
Oh,
1 on on
it says
supply.
four supply 1 out of 1.
Oh, you can. Yeah, one of them's currently running supplies to a port. You can
Okay.
if you go to the naval view, you can see where it's doing that, and you can disable the C zone so that instead of running supplies around your country, they can send rifles to Spain.
Um.
So you go to strategic navy under the army map mode, and you like click on a C zone, and there'll be access a green thing, a yellow thing, and a red thing with a X through it. And you want to select the red one. Access level blocked. That'll free up the convoys.
Right. How do I know where the convoy is?
You should see a dotted line that's running between like 2 of your naval bases. You only need to
Oh,
disable um, disable C zones such that there's no possible route to the naval base currently receiving supply, and then the convoy will be freed up.
I see a line to Florida.
To Florida? Oh, it's probably to support ships you've got exercising in the. Are they exercising near Florida for some reason?
No, they're exercising in the Gulf of Mexico.
Why would there be a line to Florida?
I have no idea. Florida to Cancun supplies.
Oh, wait. Could it be that that's how you're doing buying something from me or getting?
Oh, I mean, that's how supplies get to Cancun. There's no railroad there. I think
They
supplies go
should
straight
just
there from the
go
naval
to
base.
Veracruz and then go by sea the rest of the way.
Would that use
Anyways, I would just set the uh shoot. You know what? Let me just put one more convoy on instead of messing
Yeah,
with
I
this right
can just
now.
buy some more.
Or yeah, I'll put 2 more. So 4. And just yeah, you can buy them all. Easiest thing. Uh I don't know what's going on with that, and if you set that C zone disabled, you won't be able to do naval exercises there,
So I want
which
to put 3 factories into it.
probably it's a multiple of 15, isn't it? Yes, 3.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Cool. Hold on, just checking something at the house support. How much do I need for this? Okay, the Cumulative Wealth Tax Act is quite unpopular. Requires a ton. Let's do farm subsidies. They'll pay for itself. Political power. Cool. Just finished level of concentrate industry, which usually means I also need to change where I'm doing factories a little bit. Frees up some places that were already at max infrastructure. Uh, Ohio. Ohio is getting heavily industrialized. Cincinnati. Did you ever watch the Drew Carey show back in the day?
No.
Oh, it takes place in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's like it's supposed to. So it's there's a song Cleveland rocks at the beginning. Of course, Cleveland is, kind of stinks. That's kind of like one of the whole things about it is no one wants to live there anymore because
Yeah.
it's Rust Belt. So the song is kind of spitting in the face of that. It's saying, "You say my city sucks, you can tell me my city sucks." Oh yeah, I can say my city sucks. It's that kind of thinking. Um,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Hmm?
they
What?
they did not receive it. The weapons
Oh, you got Navy XP instead?
just says what a waste.
Yeah, but it should tell you you got naval experience when you hover over.
There's nothing when I hover over it.
Oh? Did they change the decision? Hold on.
Hmm.
Share your screen on Discord.
Oh, I clicked it already.
Well, that's the event, but if you look at the decision, maybe it's independent. The Navy experience is independent of the Army, but normally, if you don't get,
No, it does say 40% chance of Navy experience,
it says one of
60%
two will
Army.
happen. Yeah, I mean, and let
Oh, yeah, it does look like it's separate from the event.
if I
I didn't count. I'm at 46 Navy experience now.
maybe you were at 26 before and it just didn't tell you that you got the experience.
Yeah, it's definitely not part of the event. It just happens.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to give you Navy experience. So either the tooltip is lying or,
I think it
well,
did.
or the devs changed it and forgot to change the tooltip, which would stink. Like,
I
why
think it
would.
did because it says 40% chance of plus 25 Navy experience, and then gets event weapon shipment loss. So it wouldn't be part of the event. Otherwise, it'd be doubling up.
Yeah, it might. It's should be, just so you know, but I guess,
It's
yeah.
just alongside it.
What? But yeah,
Pretty sure it's alongside the event.
yeah, I guess they just, that's how they coded it, maybe. Well,
Kind of
yeah,
weird. But yeah, I don't know. I think I got the experience.
you can see next time. If you keep sending rifles, inevitably some more will get lost, and you'll see if you get Navy XP from it. I'm pretty sure you did. So that's still
Yeah.
useful, just not the more useful.
Just
The
sucks that I lose the convoys. Yeah.
uh, oh, the convoys are lost for good.
Yeah, the convoys you only get back if it's successful.
Oh, that I didn't realize. Well, I'll keep sorry. Navy XP is less useful, although it's still definitely useful, and the Army XP is super useful. So, you roll the dice and you win some, you lose some. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm selling you 4 more convoys, so. And I am saving up political power for a communist revolutionary, Earl Bowder, here. So I can get union representation at. He's got an event losing Senate support. Sorry about the cough. Uh, are they attacking you or anything?
No.
Oh, all quiet on the northern front.
Yeah. I'll start to slowly try to encircle the capital with my stronger divisions.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna. Well, I would. Yeah, and I'd wait at least till you got full planning if you don't have it. But um, why does there have to be mud? There's always mud. I'm not defending Boston, really. Da, da. Just deploying divisions. Uh, let's see. All right, so I'm going to be stockpiling some basic infantry equipment as well soon-ish.
What was that?
I said I'm going to be stockpiling basic infantry equipment as well.
Yeah.
I just
All right.
switched around, so do that. Let me see because it's been a while. And so I'll be able to sell you that at a discount as well. It's the cheapest possible stuff to try and send to the Spanish over there. Excuse me. Uh, I think Canada is staying their democratic path. I don't know. The UK is actually gonna go communist via election, 1939.
Oh yeah.
The AI has gotten better at handling those decisions, I guess.
Sweet.
Because yeah, they're 61%. So it's worth noting the British concessions to trade unions decisions can get them like extra build slots. and war support, so it's not all bad. The Communist path can actually be very powerful for the UK if they spend a while doing those concessions, especially if they don't lose control of the Dominions.
Yeah.
Darn it! I cannot get a lucky break on this, on the RNG in this game. Amelia Earhart disappeared. If she had managed to successfully complete her circumnavigation, she would have been recruitable as an ace when I go to war
Oh, right.
later. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any aces, so she would have been potentially my first ace. That stinks.
Dang. Oh,
Carlist Uprising.
and we got 4 Spains.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense. Some of these groups were smaller and less powerful and wouldn't have dared risk, um, trying to declare for their cause unless all their opponents were busy and weakened by the Civil War.
Yeah.
Like the Carlists were, and the anarchists were never nearly as popular as were like the mainstream democratic socialist, social democrat, communist alliance, and uh, the Carlists were never huge either. So yeah, it's gonna be a long war. Looks like somehow the Republic is hanging on, which is good. Uh, if they manage to grab the expand Soviet aid, they could get equipment shipments, which I'd build slots. Industrial aid too. Yeah, so Soviet equipment shipments and industrial aid. If it goes on long enough. Yeah, I would definitely support the Republic. Also, the Spanish Commune, the POUM, anarcho-communists, they have very aggressive focuses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
seem
can.
like the ones that are winning.
Yeah, they have the so far doing the best, but they can attack Italy, Germany, Soviet Union, Portugal, France. Uh, well, that's more than enough to be crazy.
Yeah.
Vaspid Estonia, Norway. Like, if they, most likely one of these countries will crush them, and depending on the where they do it, they may have annexed some other countries.
When did Germany flip communist?
They probably did the one without civil war, and they took Ernst Thälmann as their leader, who's arguably the better country leader.
Yeah.
That's the Spartacus League. They had to flip a while ago, since it takes another focus after they flip before they can take Thälmann as a leader and get renamed from Socialist Republic of Germany to the People's Republic of Germany. Because they start off Stalinist and then they abandon Stalinism when they go the Spartacus League path.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done it by
I just
1937.
finished technology.
Looks like they gave up a lot of
Concentrated
stability.
industry too.
What?
I just finished concentrated industry too.
Oh, nice. And you doing construction too, right?
Yeah. Should I get my new guns now?
Uh, uh, let's see. Did you improve machine tools?
Not yet.
Hmm. The reason I
I got
mention it,
100% research speed on my next industry.
yeah, I might do improve machine tools because even though the guns might more immediately be useful, the other side doesn't seem to be attacking, and you can just dig in for now, but
Okay.
improve machine tools will let you mass produce more rifles, so you can send more to Spain
Yeah.
and spend your factories buying convoys instead and get more army experience. It'll be stronger in the long run, even though the rifles be useful in the short run. So
What is is the German is the GDR gone, or is that just a different route?
gone.
Huh?
GDR.
Yeah, the German Democratic Republic.
That's the name of the Soviet puppet if they win World War II. Here,
Oh,
there is no. There's a
I when I
socialist.
so it, yeah, it used to be that used to be what they were called when they went communist.
Yeah, because they didn't have a proper communist path, so it just stole the name of the Soviet puppet. Now it's either the People's Republic of
Okay.
Germany or the Socialist Republic of Germany.
All right.
If they're a Soviet puppet, they're still named the GDR, but that's
All right.
reserved
I
only
see.
for the Soviet puppet.
Yeah,
Or
that
if
makes sense.
they get split in two for the half the Soviets control,
Yeah.
anyways.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
technically,
don't like that the borders don't line up, so you can't separate East Germany.
hmm? I mean, these
The
are the
border.
borders Germany had before World War II.
No, but the state borders mean that you can't create a historical East German West German split.
You can't. I would have sworn that they actually did
Not
line up.
quite. You need to split Hanover in like half. I swear. Hanover's got extra states.
Uh,
Like you could
I
give
thought
get
I thought the
Mecklenburg.
river was actually the dividing line there.
Which river?
The river between
It's
Hamburg and Hanover,
no, because Hamburg was West German.
or maybe not. Mecklenburg.
I don't think. Yeah, they definitely didn't have.
Rostock was definitely East German.
Yeah, East Germany. East Germany definitely did not have anything west of like. Sorry, any didn't have a coastline west of like Denmark, so they definitely didn't control all of Hanover.
Yeah.
But
I
but
don't think
if you
they
give
had any of Hanover because Magdeburg would have been. I think Magdeburg was the furthest west that GDR went.
hmm, but they had the Thuringen state, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And they
And Niederbayern. Uh, I think they had Franken, but I'm not sure.
Niederbayern? No, no, they didn't have anything. They
Regensburg?
didn't have any part of
Oh,
Bavaria.
maybe they.
They just
Okay.
had the northeastern. Sorry, yeah, the northeastern half,
They definitely
or
had as
I guess
much as.
like quarter.
Yeah, I'm
And
pretty
I
sure.
don't remember like a jut. Like if you just give them
Yeah.
Brandenburg, Thuringen, Saxon, and Mecklenburg. Oh, and Vorpommern.
Don't
I
forget
think that's what
Silesia.
they had.
Or maybe Silesia was given to Poland. That's right.
Yeah,
And
Silesia was Poland.
as was Pomerania.
Yeah,
And the Soviets themselves annexed
Ostmark,
Königsberg.
Ostmark and Hinterpommern. Yeah, Ostmark, Hinterpommern, and the two Silesian states went to Poland, as well
Uh,
as East Prussia as well.
East
Well, except
Prussia.
for yeah, to
East Prussia
Leningrad.
was annexed by the Soviet Union itself directly. It was
Not
direct.
all of it.
The Kaliningrad Oblast.
Yeah, just Königsberg. The southern half though, Ermland,
Yeah,
Massarin was Polish.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. When I picture East Germany in my head, anyway, I can't quite draw it out on the map with states. I
Yeah,
think either they get either either they have part of Thuringen or they have part of Hanover. One of these states has to be split or
might have been
combined into.
Thuringen.
Yeah, I don't quite remember.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Hanover because I'm pretty sure a lot of that northwest area was controlled by. Well, I think that
Well,
was the
yeah, the
American
Northwest.
occupation or the British.
Yeah, yeah. The Northwest is definitely. definitely Eastern German. Sorry, Western Germany. But I mean, like, maybe the like everything east of Hanover, the city itself. I want to say could have went to them because I
Uh,
don't remember. I remember it being a fairly straight border. I'll look. I'll look up a picture.
yeah, might be worthwhile.
Doesn't really matter, but you know. Hmm.
Oh yeah, before you forget, how much command power do you have right now?
69.
Oh, whenever you get to 40, you should probably promote a general to field marshal or promote a junior officer, which costs more. But you
Yeah.
could promote someone to field marshal, and then you could give them like offensive doctrine, or just get it out of the way now so that you don't have to deal with it later with the debuff later. Um, could be useful for when you're saying volunteers afterward, but it could also be useful, or you could give someone like offensive doctrine or
Um.
defensive doctrine for someone who's actually going to act as a field marshal so they can trench deeper.
Should I give Calais defensive doctrine?
He's
Although
a
he's a harsh leader. He's got 6 attack, 3 defense. So
uh he's a harsh leader, which
gives +1 attack and -10% division recovery
yeah,
rate.
he's a brilliant strategist. So you probably do want to eventually cycle him to being a well, no, because he's brilliant strategist. He's probably gonna take aggressive assault, which goes breakthrough. So you probably want to give him offensive doctrine, which you can. Yes, I know, up to
What's
seven.
brilliant strategist?
It's one of his traits if you look at him. It's the little thing that looks like a
I don't
sword.
I don't see it.
He doesn't have it. I would have sworn he was a harsh leader, brilliant strategist. Maybe he only rolls that
Nope,
when the
just
Civil
harsh
War.
leader.
Shoot.
Yeah, he's got harsh leader for me.
Oh, yeah. I guess if you had done theater training before the war broke out, I think sometimes it's probably a bug, but leaders who weren't brilliant
Oh,
strategists can become brilliant strategists
yeah.
sometimes.
Okay.
I guess that's what happened in the last run. Yeah. Well, you might give him defensive doctrine. Since his attack skill is so high, defensive doctrine might eventually you can't go beyond 9. So yeah, you might give him defensive doctrine. Uh, I wouldn't do it unless he's gonna right now though, because he's going to. I mean, I assume you have him in charge of an army instead of the army group right now.
He's in charge of the army group actually.
Oh, well then I would give him defensive doctrine so they can all dig in deeper.
Okay.
It's amusing that the Warlord has a proletarian class army
Yeah. Yeah, he
and
inherited it
women's
all.
suffrage, so he's slowly drifting democratic, although he'll take
Oh
collectivist
yeah.
ethos, which will kick democracy back down to zero, but it will give him communist and non-aligned support, I think. Or maybe I'll go back to fascist because he doesn't have anything to cede the support. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, women's suffrage is just gradually destabilizing him. Like that spirit might hurt you, but it also hurts him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 49% communist already. Jeez. Is that an
Uh,
issue?
it'll start to be an issue at like 60%. Yeah.
Should I do some anti-communist raids?
I wouldn't worry about it. It gets slower the higher it is, and
Okay,
you've got women's suffrage slowing it down.
that's true.
You're doing repeal the cows law right now, right?
I already finished that. Now I'm abolishing capital punishment.
Yeah. And then there's state education, church, well, and industrial promotion, and then you might want to start
Well,
running towards
before state education, I gotta grab anti-disestablishmentarianism, just so I don't lock myself out of it.
but you should still get an event later that strengthens
I don't
and
really want to trust
oh yeah,
an event.
it might not happen to like I guess it might not happen for a while,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think it happens in 39.
So all
Actually,
I
I
have to do is
think of it.
grab that in 35 days, and then I'll be good. Then I can do whatever whenever.
Yeah. Um yeah, and then state education and yeah, you may actually have to do anti-communist raids eventually. Um
That gives me more stability.
yeah. But how much do you have right now, political power?
Political power, I have 120.
Yeah, so you're almost to partial mobilization right now. So,
Yeah. Plus, once I abolish capital punishment, I'll get 160.
yeah, which you can use for anti-communist raids, prosecute clergymen, which will give you 3% base stability.
Is smooth talking charmer any good? 5% political power gain. Minus 50% improved relations maintain cost, and plus 10% trade deal opinion factor.
I would no, I would be putting all your political power into your decisions to try and build stability and to
What's trade deal opinion factor?
how much they liking you improves your trade influence with the nation. So you can
Oh, okay.
if a nation really likes you, you're a little more effective now at getting a higher share of like their oil or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, it's not very important. And the political power gain is very slow. It takes like 3 or 4 years to pay for itself, or 5%. That's point 0.1, 1,500. Yeah, that's like 5 years to pay for the investment if it's 150 to hire the guy. Smooth talking
All right.
charmer is garbage. I would yeah, I would focus on building war on you're going to be at weak church, so you should be able to assassinate some of the Cristero fighters, and also you'll probably need anti-communist raids soon. So yeah, I
Okay.
would focus on those things.
All right.
Excuse me.
Construction 2 is done.
Nice, and I just finished a naval thing myself.
Should I get excavation 2?
If you did construction too, no, now might be a good time for those rifles though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I would say the improved machine tools is only marginally better than the rifles, and only because you can send them to Spain. Like you can mass
Yeah.
boost. And you also grow your MIO more by like keeping it at, a higher production efficiency. Because it doesn't care how expensive the equipment is, only how much like factory output there is per day. Um, it's not picky.
Uh-oh.
Nationalist China is trying to conquer the warlords, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder if the warlords have done anything. Like sometimes they do. They got a new focus tree, or they just actually do it now. Like sometimes they'll take war taxes and form a rival government.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which can be very powerful.
Oh.
Hmm?
Manchuria is independent of Japan?
Yeah.
Are they going to try to conquer China as well?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's gonna be like a many-way struggle for control
Yeah.
of Japan.
But Japan's not going to get involved.
Uh, they could join Communist China's faction.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
So yeah, and they can actually attack Manchuria. They have a focus for that.
Ah.
So yes, they could get involved.
Hmm.
Hmm. Looking at what to do with my research right now. I'm like running out of useful things to tech until they aren't way ahead of time. Probably just gonna have to eat it. And, I guess I can just do excavation too. I'll need it eventually. Eventually, I'll have so much industry that yeah, there's no MIO to grow. Um, oh, do you need more convoys now
Uh,
or
yeah, I
rifles?
guess. I only have two.
You only have
I
two
keep losing
convoys.
Yeah, I keep losing the convoys, yeah.
Yeah.
Try
Let
to
me
make more, but I don't have any dockyards.
I'll, I'll just sell them. And heck, let me sell you a bunch of basic infantry equipment so that you'll have plenty of rifles to send them.
I've got actually 744 stockpiled.
Yeah. Um,
Mostly just short on convoys.
Here, I'll throw in. I'll throw 402 more in. You can buy them. And yeah, I'm selling some more basic infantry equipment on discount too. Yeah, because sometimes the convoys don't get sunk. In a little while, how many civ factories do you have left for construction right now?
None.
No, so you can't buy more right now.
Yeah,
Um,
but I've got. They're all sent to you right now.
yep. Well,
There's a
trying to.
focus. I can get me some more. Sold. No, wait, that's a military factory. Never mind. I get 2 military factories with sold soldaderas.
Yeah, below state education, there's a thing that gives you civ factories, law and industrial promotion.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
All right.
I probably need to grow a tank MIO here. Uh,
Do you want to call it a night? Getting a
yeah, in
bit
a
late.
second, it is getting pretty late.
Can probably watch Lord of the Rings now.
Uh, yeah, let me just get some armor development going.
Okay.
Start growing my tank MIOs. Unless there's industry to do. What? Fuel refining. Can't afford to go too heavy on the tank things. Or oh wait, am I not doing the? I thought I was doing improved machine tools. Jeez, when did I not do that? Probably because I have so few mil. But I would have sworn I did that. Okay. Yeah, I'm making mistakes because I'm tired. So yeah. Let me just unpause it for 2 game hours because I found if I save before like 7 o'clock game time, global time, whatever, it can cause errors. Um, 2 copies of save in case of save corruption or accidental deletion, and we are good. All right, it's just getting close to grabbing union representation act, and hopefully not having a civil war, and um, yeah, some I'll have stuff to look at later, maybe off like not playing with figuring out like what the AIs are doing. It's cool playing with
Okay.
you, Joe.
Thanks.
You have a good night,
Carlos Spain
and
is beating the Nationalists.
what?
Carlos Spain is beating the
Oh
Nationalists.
yeah, the nationalists are getting
Yeah, they're screwed.
dropped. It's unfortunate. It would have been better to have been a long stalemate. It would have led to Spain having more industry in the end, but whatever. Can't really do much about it except give the Republic some guns here and there and hope that the Republican side wins. All right, well, folks on YouTube, hope you enjoyed the video as well. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves. May always find a guiding star to lead you home.